new Oras UturnCrobat here, and you're watching another Wi-Fi battle. This time it's going to be a battle against my good friend at the Scruffy Fox. If you don't know who he is, I suggest you guys go check him out down in my description below, because I'm going to throw down his Twitter link. He's actually helping me with the NPCC Season 2. If you guys have not been following the NPCC Season 2, I highly suggest you do that, because we are almost set to start battling. A few of us still have to draft our mons, but we're almost there and you don't want to miss a thing, so please go check out the NPC Season 2 down in the description below. But for this battle, I am bringing a team that, quite frankly, and I'm not a cocky person at all, but quite frankly, I didn't get many losses at all with this team. Because I have a banded Azumaril, lefties, diggers, wow, not diggers, but Exadrill. So, the banded Azumaril, the Exadrill, the Life Orb Salamence, a Mega Alakazam, a lefties Eviolite Chansey rather, and a Life Orb Raikou. So, this team is basically awesome. Because I have some good walls in Exadrill, and with Chansey can take all sorts of special hits, and I love that mon so much. But looking at Scruffy's team, he has power. Looking at that Victini, man, that Victini is power. You can put a band on it. Hell, you could even scarf the thing. Life Orb, whatever you want to put on it, he's gonna hit hard. And that Skarmory, you know, it's a good wall, defensive wall, absolutely. You know, you could put lefties on it. You could do whatever you want with it. Rocky Helmet, for example, is a good item to put on it as well. And that Slurpuff, you know, after a belly drum, that Slurpuff can just wreck houses. It can wreck your life if you let it. And that Latios, Latios. You know, I don't really have a ton of things for that. I mean, granted, yeah, I have, well, actually, I do. I have the, Exadrill. I don't think he resists Dragon. I know he's part Steel, but we have the Azumaril, who is part Fairy, so going into this battle, we have to kind of keep an eye on that that Latios, and that Technical, you know, that Technical can hit hard with on the Exadrill and the Azumaril, and that Mamo is gonna just wreck lives with Earthquake and Ice Shard and Icicle Crash and whatever, but we're gonna hop into this battle right here, guys. He's gonna throw out Mamoswine, and I'm leading out the Azumaril. I didn't really know who he was going to switch into, but you know, I thought Azumaril might be the safe play, because if he does go into Skarmory, maybe then I can just hit a waterfall on that thing after he set up the rocks, but that wasn't the case at all. It wasn't the case at all. So he's gonna switch out, which is, you know, it's a good play. Obviously, you know, why wouldn't you? But I'm gonna use the safe knockoff, because I figured, you know, if he was going to go into anybody, then I'll just go for a safe knockoff. I didn't really want to go for a waterfall or go for an Aqua Jet or whatever, because I wasn't really sure if he was gonna go in a Technical or whatever. I didn't really know. I felt like knockoff was a safe play, so I get the knockoff, knocking off the lefties of the Skarmory, and I'm so glad I did that, because Skarmory is such a bulky mon. You want those lefties gone. So I'm gonna go out into my Exadrill right here, because I'm figuring that Skarmory can't do a damn thing to me, and I can just set up my own rocks after he sets up his rocks as well. But the thing that I didn't really think about is that this Skarmory has a Whirlwind, which means that this defensive Pokemon can just Whirlwind us out of the way and just ruin our lives, ruin our day with a Whirlwind, and just, you know, dragging somebody in and they get hurt with the rocks as well, and it's just a bad time. But Salamence gets dragged in, and you know what, it's whatever. I'm gonna go for a Flamethrower, because I thought maybe if he stayed in, he might be thinking he can take a Flamethrower. I don't know. But he does the safe play and switches out, which is good, because Latios can definitely take the Flamethrower. So right here, I'm gonna go into my specially defensive wall, the Chansey, because I know that I can take a Draco. I know I can take a Dragon Pulse, whatever this Latios really wanted to do, I can take it. And the thing is, I can take it, and if he wanted to use another Dragon Pulse, you know, his special attack is getting lower, so I don't mind. But right here, I'm going to Thunder Wave right here. So, okay, let me explain something. So I packed the Toxic as well. So I thought, you know, after he drags his Mamoswine in, knowing that I'm going to go for a T-Wave, I don't really want to show him that I packed Toxic as well. I wanted maybe to surprise him with that later on in the battle, so hopefully you'll see that maybe I'll get around to it. But he's going to go for a knockoff, knocking off my Eviolite, which is a bad thing. It's really bad, because I really needed that Eviolite. I really did. I'm going to go for a Wish, because I thought maybe I can take one other attack from that Mamoswine and I'll get all that HP again. But he's going to go into a Skarmory, and the reason why I went for another T-Wave is because I'm figuring he was just going to switch out. I figured he was going to switch out because he really didn't want his Mammo getting hurt from a Seismic Toss, so I figured he was just going to switch out. Now this Driller's Bee and Skarmory back and forth scenario that you're going to be seeing in this battle is rather annoying, but the thing is, he and I know each other so well, so even if we, you know, we just know each other so well. We know our moves, we know what's going to happen, we know what's going to come. And quite frankly, I don't want those rocks on my side. So if I can get Driller's Bee in and Rapid Spin, then I'll be happy. Because my team really doesn't want those rocks on our side. They really don't. They get hurt. So I'm going to switch out from Chanseying. I'm going to go into Driller's Bee. Because at this point, I know what's coming. I'm figuring a Whirlwind or maybe... I wasn't even really sure, to be honest. I went for the safe Drillers because I didn't really know what he was going to do. But he Whirlwinds, of course he Whirlwinds. I get dragged into Chansey, which is fine because I can go for another Seismic Toss, but unfortunately he's going to Roost. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this battle, Skarmory is one physically defensive mofo Pokemon. And the thing is, I can hit as many Seismic Tosses as I want, but he's always going to be able to Roost. And he's always going to be able to Whirlwind like you see right here. Now, the problem with that Whirlwind is he's always dragging my Driller's Bee in. So I really need to figure out how I'm going to play around the Skarmory. I'm not really sure, because I can Rapid Spin all I want. I can do anything really, but the fact is that I need someone to hit the Skarmory hard and take it out as fast as possible, because as you can see right there, Skarmory's at full right now, and that's not good. It's really not good, because now I have this physically defensive Pokemon at full health, and I can't one-shot this thing. I can't, and that's annoying. So I'm going to go for a Play Rough, I think, yeah, Play Rough, because I thought he was going to switch out. I thought as soon as I brought Azumaril in, he was going to switch out, so I went for a safe Play Rough, but clearly he didn't switch out. I'm going into Driller's Bee, because I'm figuring, you know, maybe he just won't go for a Whirlwind, and I'll be able to just potentially get some Iron Head flinches with that para. So I'm going to Rapid Spin, because I don't want the rocks on my side. I do pack the Iron Head, so I'm thinking at this point, you know, should I just start going for the Paraflinch, or should I just switch out? I'm going for the Paraflinch. I'm hoping to get a flinch anyways, because I really do not want the Skarmory staying around. So I think, you know, if I can get a flinch or two, then maybe I'll have a chance of taking this thing out. I really just needed to predict him to go for a Roost and then switch into someone to destroy the Skarmory, but unfortunately, I wasn't really thinking about that. I knew that I needed to play around the Roost, but I never really had a great opportunity to put a great Pokemon in that place, you know what I mean? So, I just really needed to play around that Whirlwind. And it's rather unfortunate, because Skarmory is so defensive. It really is. If you haven't used one, you guys should really get one, because they're defensive. They definitely pack a punch. Not really, but they are defensive. You should get one. But I'm going into Azumaril because at this point, I really need to just use Waterfall. I thought, you know, Aqua Jet wasn't going to really do much. I am banded, so I predicted him to just go for a Stealth Rock. I'm going to go for a Waterfall, but at this point, I know that if I go for another banded Waterfall, it's not going to take him out. It's probably going to leave him left with about 3 HP, somewhere around there. I'm going into Reverse Flash because I really just wanted to hit a Thunderbolt on this thing. But he's going to go into Technical, which is still fine by me because Technical does get hurt bad. With the Life Orb Thunderbolt, I'm going to switch out because I thought maybe he was going to go into Mamoswine, so I kind of wanted to double switch. You know, go into Reverse Flash, he would go into Mamoswine, then I'd go into Azumaril, but that was not the case. Man, it's hot in here, I'm sorry. I might be sweating all over you, I apologize. But you know what, I wasn't really sure what he was going to do, so I went to Azumaril predicting the Mamo. Luckily, he goes into Mammo now, but he goes back into Technical. I'm going to switch out now and go into Heal Your Mons because I wanted to hit a Seismic Toss on anybody. Even though Slurpuff resists fighting, I could get some damage off on that Slurpuff and at least just dwindle him down a little bit, so I didn't really care what he wanted to do. But I'm going to hit a Seismic Toss on the Technical. Now, looking at that, I feel like, and I don't use Technical at all, so mind me if I sound stupid right now, but I don't think Technical is really defensive. I don't know anything about Technical at all, so I don't know if he's defensive. I don't really know, but looking at that damage, he wasn't really invested in defense, so I don't know. I don't use Technical. I don't know anything about it. But he's going to go into Skarmory. Of course he's going to go into Skarmory because he knows he can take a Seismic Toss. He knows he can roost up. He knows he can be annoying. I'm going to go into Azumaril. I really just need to Waterfall. I need to get some maybe Waterfall, Flinch, maybe something. But as you can see right there is what I was thinking earlier. If I hit another Waterfall, he was going to live on 2 or 3 HP or whatever. So, as you can see right there, it happened. And it sucks, because now I have to switch out, because he can easily stall me out of the waterfalls. He can just roost all he wants. I'm going to go into Drillsby. I want to get my rocks. I want to Rapid Spin. I want to do all sorts of shenanigans. I don't really know. At this point, I didn't really know what to do. Because as you can see, he went into Latios, so I didn't really know what was going to happen. I went for a safe Rapid Spin because, 1, I knew that I had to get the rocks off of my side. And 2, I figured... I wasn't really sure what he was going to do, to be honest. He probably could have packed the Flamethrower, but I wasn't really sure what Latios knows. I wasn't really sure what his Latios knew, so I don't know. But I'm going to go into Fantasia my Salamence, because I know that this thing is not going to live a Flamethrower. But the reason why I went for a Draco is because I predicted him to predict me to use a Flamethrower, so I thought he was going to switch, but clearly he does not. But that Draco does hurt him a lot. So he gets the rocks up once again. That sucks, because now my Mons are going to they're going to get hurt, and it's pretty sad. But even after a special attack drop, that Draco does do a fair amount of damage to that Victini. So Fantasia is putting in the work. I'm glad, I'm happy. I'm going to switch out though, because if I keep using Dracos, my special attack is going to be shit. I'm going to go into Chansey, because at this point, I'm just sacking it off. It doesn't have much HP left, and I really wanted to know what Victini was going to do. So the rocks, just took Chansey out. I don't care, I was sacking it off anyways. I'm going into Azumaril, because at this point in time, he does not want his Victini getting hurt with the Aqua Jet. So I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into Houdini, because I really did not want to get hit with a Sludge Wave. And I'm figuring at this point in time, Houdini can definitely put in the work. It's a Mega Alakazam. The special attack stat is outrageous. It's through the roof. Mega Alakazam is so fast as well that I'm glad I have him on my team. So right now, I can just use a Psychic. It doesn't matter if Skarmory is resisted or not. Just, it's a defensive mon, not especially defensive. So Alakazam could just two-shot this thing, finally taking out the Skarmory, and thank God Skarmory's dead. I really wanted that bird to be gone before this time, but it took a while, I'm sorry, but now it's dead. So he's gonna go for an Ice Shard and kill me, and that sucks. I think it was an Ice Shard, I kind of missed it, but I think it was an Ice Shard. But either way, Mamoswine kills Alakazam, and that's a problem, because now I don't have a super fast Pokemon to use. But now he does not want his Mamo to stay in on the Azumaril, which makes sense, but I'm going to go for a Waterfall anyways, because any one of his Mons are going to get hurt from that, because looking at that damage, his Technical is not defensive at all, because if it was, I feel like he would have taken that Waterfall a lot better than he did, but I can just two-shot this Technical, taking him out. Unfortunately, though, he now has Rocks and Toxic Spikes on my side, and that is a problem. But he brings in Victini. I'm switching out because Victini can learn, I think it is Bolt Strike, but either way, Azumaril does not want to take a V-Create or anything for that matter at that amount of health he had. I think he had a decent amount, but still, Victini hits like a truck. So I'm going to just sack Reverse Flash off right here, because why not? I don't really need him anymore. Reverse Flash, he was there just to potentially take out Technicruel or even Skarmory, but now that they're gone, I don't really need him anymore. I'm going to go into Fantasia. I wasn't really sure if he was going to outspeed or not, really. I don't usually use Victini all that often. But either way, he's going to switch out anyways. I went for a Draco because I didn't think he was going to switch out. I'm going to now go into Drillersby. And right here is a pretty awesome scenario in my favor, because he's going to go for a Belly Germ, raising his attack, which would be freaking deadly. And you're going to see here in a second, he's going to go for a Play Rough. And this Play Rough, I figured it was going to kill me. But, thank God, Drillersby lives on 21 for the team. And I hit an Iron Head, taking down that Slurpuff. Thank God Drillersby lived, because if he didn't, then that would have been a huge problem. I mean, I probably would have been able to take Slurpuff out with an Aqua Jet anyways, but I didn't really want to put Azumaril in that position, He was a good player. But I'm going to sack Drillersby off right now, because Victini, I don't need Drillersby anymore. I really don't. I have Azumaril left, And I have, who else do I have? I have Houdini, that's right. Okay, so I guess Houdini was not, forget what I said earlier, I don't know what I was thinking. But either way, I have Houdini left. So right now, I can just go for a Dazzling Gleam, taking out this Latios, and I can go for a Psychic, I can go for a Focus Blast, whatever I really want, to be honest. I mean, he has Mamo, so I'm thinking I can just go for a Psychic. I thought maybe I could go for a Psychic and it would do a good amount, but he has Victini left. So I wanted to go for a move that maybe Victini would get hurt by. Now, looking at that little scenario right there, I went for the Focus Blast and missed. So I don't want to go for another Focus Blast. I really don't want to miss again. So I'm going to go for a safe Shadow Ball, which hits both of his mons, his last two mons, Victini and Mamo. It hits them hard. So I don't care about using Shadow Ball. I really don't. Because as long as I use Shadow Ball and it brings Mamo down to a point where I know for a fact Aqua Jet will take him out, then I'll use it. I'm going to go into Azumaril, obviously, because Houdini, you know, Mega Alakazam has now died. So I don't, obviously, I can't use him. But now I can just go for a safe Bandit Aqua Jet, take out that Mamoswine, and right here, he's going to go into Victini, which it doesn't really matter at this point because it's GG for us, the UturnCrobats. So I can just go for a Bandit Aqua Jet, and it's perfectly fine because we pick up the win. Victini isn't really all that defensive, I don't believe. I don't use it. But this was a long battle. I mean, it really was a long battle. But if you guys enjoyed this, then please give this battle a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel because I am going to try to bring you guys more Wi-Fi battles. I am part of the NPCC Season 2, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video. So be sure to go follow us on Twitter, because you do not want to miss a thing. We're going to be posting all the battles and everything on our own individual YouTubes. So you don't want to miss any of those battles. They're going to be great fun. But I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm roasting, it's hot. But I hope all of you have a great day, and I'll catch all of you all on the flip side. Bye!